and welcome one and all to the Zeldathon show. Hi, you know it's me. It's MC. And hey, how are you? I'm excited to be here tonight with everybody. It is February 8th, 2017, and according to ye old Google Doc, it's 117 days until Zeldathon Wild, which seems really soon. I feel like Cures just ended, and it was crazy when I was planning some of the details for Wild, and I just was looking around and I was like, wait a minute, it's been less than a month since Cures ended, and I was like, this is going too fast. But I'm excited for Zeldathon Wild. It's going to be sure to be a great time. I'm SuperMCGamer, the executive director of Zeldathon, and welcome to our, I guess you could call it a podcast. It's kind of like a podcast. It's a Zeldathon show. It's where we talk to a Zeldathon team member and have some fun. You can ask questions at zeldathon.net/ask. That tooltip thingy came up at the right exact time. So you can ask questions to me or to our special guest or to both of us, and we very much encourage you to do so, because that'll make sure the show stays on our estimated time rather than ending in about 5 minutes. Anyways, let's bring in our guest for the day. It is the one, the only, Gemsmrt. Hi, Gem. How are you?
I'm doing good. Things are good.
This is not your first Zeldathon show. You were on the old version of the show, but today it's just you. We're gonna have a nice little comfy chat. Are you excited?
I'm super excited. I'm also very nervous. I'm sweating.
Well, don't get too nervous. It's just talking to me on Skype. There just happens to be some people watching.
I know.
And you were on Zeldathon. Like the thing that's crazy is when you're at Zeldathon, it's really casual because there's so many people there just acting very natural, and there's a 5,000 viewers. But then it's oh no, there's 100 people here. You get scared.
No. And it's I'm by myself with MC.
Yeah.
No.
It's okay. I still get nervous too, and I have this overwhelming need to try to be a podcaster and go blah 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 and try to be all cool. But I'm not cool. I'm just a man with a fidget cube fidgeting incessantly under the table. That's all I am.
Oh, you're a cool dude.
I'm a cool dude with a fidget cube. That's right.
A fidget cube.
With a fidget cube. Anyways, why don't we get right to this? So what was your first marathon that you came to?
The first marathon I came to was actually a recovery really recently. So.
Yeah, no, that was just here in summer. So how did you first kind of find Zeldathon?
Well, I think I was scrolling through Facebook one night, and I was following the Zelda Dungeon, right? Mm-hmm. And they were promoting your charity marathon, and I was like, wow, this looks really cool, and I really actually want to go watch this because I have some free time tonight. And it was amazing.
It was amazing. So I don't know.
I don't know how else to describe what I saw. I was just wow, this is really cool. These people are really cool. This is a lot of fun.
So what marathon was that again exactly? I don't know if I missed it.
It was Relief.
Okay,
Relief
so it was Relief. All right. So you said it was really good. But what else did you think about Zeldathon Relief? Your first impressions of this charity marathon?
It was just, I don't know. It was just really fun Zelda games. And the people on stream were just really, really interesting. I don't know.
Interesting is a word to use for our team for sure. I don't know. When you watch Zeldathon, sometimes I don't know. It's kind of a mixed bag. It's why I like it, because sometimes you'll tune into stream and it'll be like a really nice chill time, and there'll just be a couple people. It'll be I don't know. Let me think. It's like some really chill people. It'll be I don't know. If I was thinking about Cures, I think of like it's just Doug. It's OC is there, and it's just one person on tech. Stina's just being quiet, just kind of changing scenes when you need to. It's a really nice time. But then you join, and then there's people like Zach. And no, Zach's awesome, and he can be very chill, but he's most often very, very out there. And I don't know, do you Was that?
He's most often the loud one and the one that you really notice when you're watching the stream.
Yes.
And when you're not watching the stream, when you're at the marathon, he's like the loudest one there.
Yeah. Do you remember anybody, like when you watched Relief for the first time, do you remember any like personalities or people like sticking out that you had like opinions or thoughts on?
Okay, so I think my first thought was Jamie looked like emo trash.
That's fair. That's fair.
Other than that, I don't particularly remember. I thought Zach was pretty funny and entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, but like my first impression I think was of Jamie, and that was just
Yeah.
I need to go there now. There's some emo trash on stream.
And it's fun because like the whole, like, I don't know, like when I think back to like the really old Zeldathons, we didn't like we kind of like were like, I don't know how we did it because we didn't like talk about a lot of stuff. But then like at Classic we had like the emo trash hour. Of course you weren't there for that, but
Oh no, but I made sure I was there for emo trash hour. Don't worry about
oh,
that.
you were there in spirit watching.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I edited a photo where I put myself on stream.
Oh, good. You're like, I am there for sure in spirit. Like, so did you think
you would my editing skills? It looked awful. It was.
See, okay, real talk. I want to talk about memes for a moment, which is a weird thing to talk about. But there's a clear divide where you have to do when you're making memes of, I either want to make this ultra production quality or knowingly bad. And I think there's a range in the middle that if you do it, like where you're trying to be really cool, but you're not, it comes out really bad and it's not funny. You either have to be purposefully and knowingly bad, like you could, just paste yourself in, badly, or you have to like do it high production quality, like it has to be pixel perfect Photoshop. So.
Well, I am awful at Photoshop, so don't worry. I am always at the knowingly bad level.
Well, good. That means it's better. So anyways, what did you say? Like, you're watching Relief. Did you ever think I'm going to be part of this?
I dreamt of it. Don't get me wrong. I never thought it would happen. I never thought it would happen, but I always dreamt of like that one day where this was an actual dream of mine. This is a real thing that happened where I was in a Skype call with MC and he just invites me to the marathon.
Oh, so that's how you got invited? Or well, that is kind of how you did get invited, wasn't it?
Kinda, yeah.
So go ahead and talk about that, yeah.
Do we want to talk about that now?
Yeah, go for it. No, go for it.
Well, we were in a Skype call with Sora and Juniper.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember who asked you, but they were just like, so can Jen come to a future Zeldathon? And you're like, yeah, sure.
You see, and that's crazy because that was right around the time that I got really like, so I've recently had to become very protective about our Zeldathon invites because like we want to make sure that everybody comes to Zeldathon kind of is like works like a family. So now I'm for better or for worse, there's some people that of course we've had to skip out on that I feel bad because of this. But I feel like it's a good like measure for us to go out and meet them in person, like at MagFest or TwitchCon or something like that.
Yeah, and I think whatever happened with us, whatever vibe you got from me worked out really well because I never would have been able to like just like go all the way over because I live in this Midwest town.
Yes, the Midwest town that you are very well known for at Zeldathon. Everybody was always like, yes, Gem, she's come from the Midwest. It's funny because we have like 4 or 5 people from the Midwest, but you are the Midwesterner.
I am the Midwest. I don't know why I'm the Midwest, but it's a thing.
Like, so going back to the last point, like we were just kind of talking about like inviting people, and you just kind of like I had the right vibe. So it's funny because when I think about like getting vibes from people, I've always had like I've been told I have a good instinct about people. Like this is a really scary story I'm about to tell.
Oh boy.
back my sister she was in a no good crowd. She was the girl in high school who was getting into trouble, going drinking, and like literally getting arrested for partying on top of a Head Start, which is like a preschool. Like we got a knock at the front door, and it's like, is this your daughter? And it's like, yes. What was she doing? She was drinking on top of a preschool, being loud and obnoxious with friends. And I'm like, my sister's so dumb. But she's okay now. This gets to the better part. So she brings friends over occasionally to our house, and one day she brings over some person, and some guy. I don't even remember what he looked like or anything now. But I'm just like, I go to my mom. I'm like, I have a bad feeling about this man, and she's like, no, he's nice. Blah blah blah's nice. He seems really cool. I'm like, okay, mom, whatever. I'm gonna go and like be in my room. Don't make him talk to me. And now here comes the scary part. He was later shot. He got in a gang-related gunfight outside a dentist's office, like a couple blocks from where I live right now. And that was like the biggest story that ever came to my town, was there was a gunfight in front of a dentist's office. And it was the guy, I was like, I don't like this man. So, in summary, I have a good sense about people, so when I see your tweets at me, I thought you were a good person, and you were not going to get in a gunfight by a dentist's office. Or in my Zeldathon.
No, never.
Good. Other than Nerf gunfights. We've had plenty of Nerf gunfights.
Oh, I remember seeing one of the Nerf gunfights while I was back at Soundboard doing my Mixmaster mixing.
Yes. Do you want to talk about that? I know we're kind of going out of order, but do you want to talk about how you became the Mixmaster?
Yeah. So I wasn't too fond of being on stream this time around. I don't know why. It's just sometimes I feel that way, you know? Like anxiety's just like, no, don't do that. So I was just trying to find a place where I could be useful for the stream, and that happened to be at Soundboard because nobody was really there. Mm-hmm. So I just like sat down, and then I ended up sitting down for like 10 hours or so. I don't remember.
Yeah, no, it was weird. I think it was like the first or second day too, because I remember just going in there and be like, cool. And it was right when you got on. You took the headphones, which looked exactly like this, because these are the ones, and you put them on. I saw you do this, and I'm like, okay, off goes Jim. She's gonna be mixing. And I came back like 5 hours later, and you were just like this, and I'm like, Jen, have you been going all day? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, and I asked you. I remember being like really concerned. I was like, Jen, do you need a break? Do you want me to find somebody to cover for you? And what was your response?
I don't know. I don't remember.
You said it was fine. You were like, I don't care. I'll go for another 5 hours. It was like, man.
And I literally went for another 5 hours.
You did.
Because I went for the entire Ocarina of Time run, which was like 8.5 hours or something like that, right?
Yes.
Something like that. Was that on the money or what? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was around 8.5 hours. You're right.
And I was on for like a half hour before that. And then I was on for like an hour or two after that. So it was just this long period of time. And then I finally just grabbed someone and I'm like, can you do Soundboard? I need to go to bed.
Yes. So there's something I want to talk about related to Ocarina of Time and your mixing. So you pulled you pulled a video snippet for us to show tonight. Do you want to give us a little bit of background on what's about to happen? Don't tell us what happens, but give us the lowdown.
So there's these moments at Zeldathon that are just like, nobody else knows what's going on. It's just something that happens behind tech or, behind sound. And there was this one moment during the Ocarina of Time run when I was just starting to get really tired. And I wasn't really paying attention anymore. And it was at the end of the run, and Andy was about to do his, famous scream. Mm-hmm. And MC, I see him out of the corner of my eye rush over, and you can hear the dip in the sound. And he ran over and just turned it all the way down. And I just sat there and I was like, oh.
Yes, and you can also hear in the clip, you can hear me, I think after the first 2 or 3 screams, just go, all right, you can handle it from here. Because at that point, you've understood. But I have the full clip, so I'm gonna mute you right now. And everybody, please enjoy this clip from Cures of the Mixmaster in action here. Please enjoy.
Monster 1220 donates $5.
That wander around the world, like the post-apocalyptic world, telling everyone about the doctor for years. Oh.
I love that you didn't know that this was My favorite part of this is if you look off in the distance, TB is just standing in the corner casually drinking water. There's a man screaming his lungs out, and TB is just like, whatever. Another day at the office.
Another day in paradise.
Your sword's not out.
All right. Whoa.
I'd like to thank MC for taking over and mixing the audio perfectly so Gem can't do it because she's too busy laughing to do it anyway.
Glaciaris donates $99.99, saying, "Save the princess." All right, Couch, I have a couple questions for you.
What's up, champ?
From DC Monster 1220.
Okay.
What does a nosy pepper do? It's jalapeno business.
Can we get footage of Gem just like sliding the mixer board like
Lost live Gem cosplay.
And there you go, everybody. A wonderful clip from the one and only Zeldathon Cures. And what I forgot to tell you about was the part where Bushel at the very end is like live Gem cosplay, and then he goes, so that was a legendary moment, to be sure.
One of my favorites.
One of your favorite moments?
One of my favorite moments on soundboard.
It's great. I love when you can hear that the like it was the last scream that you can hear the like the change, the pull of the faders right down. So why didn't you you guys may have just heard a magical Windows 10 noise. I hope you all enjoyed. So my next question I have here on my list is so we're gonna backtrack a bit. So what was your first experience like when you did come to Zeldathon Recovery? Oh no, Gem's frozen. Oh, you're back. You're back.
I'm okay.
Yes.
So my first experience with Zeldathon, like being at the first Zeldathon,
Yeah.
it was just. So when I first came, I was just really tired of being on trains.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first thing about coming to Zeldathon was just like, I'm tired. I hate trains. And then after I got some sleep and I forgot about trains for a few days, it was just really intense and really fun. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how else to describe it. It was just so much happened, and it's like a big blur, but you just have these moments where you remember something very specific from the marathon, and you're like, that was really fun.
Yeah, no.
That was an intense time.
The weird part about Zeldathon is after a while, like the things kind of blend together, especially if you attend multiple marathons. So like probably now you're like you've had Cures, but once you get Wild in there as well, you're coming to Wild, right?
Yes.
Okay. Once you get Wild in there, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, remember that marathon that I was on Audio Mixer for Andy screaming? You're like, was it Recovery? And I hear people already doing it, and I love when people have to go through the names in their head. People are like, oh man, I can't wait for Zeldathon Wild. It's like,
Oh, yes. And I have such a short-term memory with this stuff, so it's already a blur, and I can imagine it just getting worse and worse as time goes on.
yeah. So I mean, like, so when you add Zeldathon, it kind of like I said, it blurs together, but it's kind of like a magical thing at Zeldathon where you get this, like, I don't know, it's like another life. And the worst part about Zeldathon, I think, is right around the 5th, 6th day, it starts to feel like your normal day life. At least it does for me. And it's like, oh, I have to stop this now. And I don't know. Do you have that feelings as well?
So I froze for a little bit. So I didn't get the middle part of that.
Oh, I was basically asking, do you like have any points during Zeldathon where like magical moments, like things just feel different than, I don't know, other marathons, or like like I was saying, after 5 or 6 days it becomes part of your like everyday life, it feels like.
Yeah, so it just like it comes to a point, like, because it's such a long marathon where like you get 3 or 4 days in and everything feels unnatural, and then you have to leave and you have to remember what it's like to live your normal life.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a lot of real talk moments this marathon, and I feel like I really got to know people.
That's so much
People are saying
fun.
praise the fish in chat.
What's praise the fish? Wait, oh yeah, no, talk about praise the fish. I now remember praise the fish. Please talk about praise the fish.
So there was a pool at the hotel that we had this year, and I think I started this. I don't entirely remember, but when people started jumping into the pool, we would just look up because there was this fish above the what is it? Pool.
Mm-hmm.
There's my short-term memory. And we would stare up at the fish and say, praise the fish. And we would scream it. And we screamed it to the extent where hotel staff actually came in and were like, listen, I'm sorry to ruin your good time, but we're getting complaints from other hotel members, and we need you to stop.
Really? It's funny. I actually have never heard about the hotel staff getting upset. I'm sure that's one of the don't tell them see things, but
it wasn't really the hotel staff that was upset about it. It was just the other guests at the hotel started complaining about it. So they asked us to stop.
Isn't there a Vine out there? I think there's a Vine of Praise the Fish. I forget who recorded. I think it was Andy, actually.
It was Andy.
Hold on,
yeah.
I'm gonna see if I can sum it from Twitter right now.
Boy.
Let's see if we can have live polling here of the. Let's see, media. Let's go. January 31st. Got to go back to January. Oh, I found it. All right, let's Let me see if I can bring this over to a camera so we can actually see it. Oh, here we go.
Hey everyone! Praise the fish!
And there's one of the few times that you will see all the Zeldathon team in a pool together. I wonder if that's TOS because they were shirtless. Oh well, it's fine. They were in water.
Whatever. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that those are like the best moments at Zeldathon. Like when you can just like, you get to become like really close friends with people, and like the real talk. You were totally right about the real talk. I remember like I've had moments where like I'm trying to think of a Zeldathon team member I didn't connect with their first marathon, and then the next one I was like besties with. I know I was with like I got to know Xanadu a lot better on his second marathon, which was, oh gosh, I'm not gonna try to think about Xanadu's marathons. I'm thinking about Gem's marathons, which are recovery and cures.
I'm really easy right now.
Yes, don't worry. You like soon you'll have like 20 marathons under your belt, and it'll be like the year 2025. It'll be crazy.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, that's the best part. Is there's so much more to do. So at Zeldathon, what? Okay, so you're known as the Mixmaster now because I've given that to you. But do you have anything else that's like your favorite thing to do at Zeldathon? Like, is it mixing actually, or is there like any other like job that you like to do?
Well, it's not mixing. Actually, my favorite thing to do at Zeldathon, while I didn't do any of it this marathon, is music. I love to do music at Zeldathon, and I really hope I get to do more next time.
Yeah, no, did you bring your viola this time around?
I did, and I didn't get to be a part of anything.
Oh no! Well, I mean, you could have jumped in for the jam train at the darn least.
Oh gosh, I could have, and I didn't.
Well,
but there's always next time.
Yes,
so.
Wild. I am making sure that you are there involved, because like you rocked the viola during recovery, and now I'm sad.
I mean, just pull Greta out for me. I usually keep her downstairs, so.
Yeah, I just have to like shove the viola into your hands. I'll make sure to inform Marissa. I'll be like, Marissa, Gem is involved. Because Mercy.
I tried to get in on one of the medleys that they did, but it was Skyward Sword, and that's a really hard one to just jump into.
Yeah, no, Skyward Sword's got some elaborate music.
So that didn't turn out very well.
And so you was kind of like, nah, you guys got this.
You guys are good. I'll enjoy it.
Well, here's what you can do. You have a couple months, 117 days or whatever. Yes, 117 days. You can focus in and just like play some Zelda music. It'll be fun.
Oh, I will. I'm trying to. I'm like getting into it right now.
Right. So you speaking of the music, you've done a lot of the music at Zeldathon. But was that like any of the music you did like really memorable to you, like from recovery, something you did specifically there?
Oh, the music?
Yeah, music specifically.
Absolutely. The medley, of course, was one of the most memorable things I've done at Zeldathon.
The credits medley?
Yeah, the credits medley, and that was like one of the most amazing. I feel like that was just so much fun for my first marathon.
Yo, like real talk, like you got to do like the solo of credits roll. You got to do the solo of credits roll from Link to the Past. You know, the $1,000 the like theme of Zeldathon Prestige. You got to solo that at the beginning.
I hope I did you proud, MC.
You did. I listened to that. I'm like, oh, Gem, you're tearing me apart. You know.
Because Marissa gave me a lot of the big solos, and I was just like, oh, okay.
I mean, your viola. I mean, you got to go in.
It's true. Go big or go home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, music was a lot of fun. And there was another really memorable music moment. And there was one money-making game where me, Dan, and Richie were just like, do you want to just like hop on here? So we practiced something really quick for like a minute or two.
Wasn't
and
it
then
just,
we just came out. Yeah.
On loop. The Augury Time mini
just
theme.
on loop until one of us finally gave out.
See, I think what we need to do, I need to talk to Marissa, because she always seems to organize the music, and I need to organize these are the mini game songs that like every musician should know. Like have 5 mini game songs from like 5 different Zelda games, so that way we can just like, if we have some, we can just throw in some music behind it, you know. I think I want to do that, but in general as well. Like if we have like, so I was viewing a highlight from Zeldathon today, which you're gonna see tonight. It's a special new video, and I was like, this is really good, but it's one of our game shows, and like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, or I'm sorry, Who Wants to Be a Triforce level donor, worked really well this Zeldathon because Jackson was there, and I asked Jackson, I'm like, do you know any Who Wants to Be a Millionaire music? Like I can pull it up on my phone, like the musical cues, and he was like, oh, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Jackson's gonna do Jackson. I don't care. And then then TV starts the show. It's like, welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and like all of a sudden Jackson just knows Who Wants to Be a Millionaire's full soundtrack. And it's like dun 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 dun, and I'm like, holy crap! And that made Millionaire so good, just like the musical cues. And I'm like, we need that. Like we need to have that for everything. But Jackson can't be awake all of Zeldathon.
Jackson is a legend, and we all need to get to like Jackson level of knowledge of music.
Well, I mean, so we can have the musicians there, but I think also it'd be helpful to us if we like started to compile like a list of like really good backing track music for like trivia and stuff. Like if we could have like somebody who's on tech also be like running like a cool sounds, like if we're doing a trivia game, be able to go bling and like give a correct sound, you know? I don't know.
That would be fun, actually.
Yeah, sorry. I went into my typical brainstorming sessions.
It's okay. It's
fun. It's fun.
It's super fun. Music's fun. Put more music in everything.
More music. Well, more music in all of Zeldathon. But now let's talk about goals. Do you have any memorable like goals or things that happened?
Oh gosh, this is memorable for me. It wasn't very memorable for you apparently, but there was just this one ridiculous moment where we put on the goal, or like, yeah, we put it as a goal for me to eat a lemon on stream.
Yes.
And it was great.
and you hit the goal, and the best part is we have the video of that. So for everybody, and this is from Zeldathon Recovery. So I'm gonna get you muted right now here, Gem, and let's flash back to Zeldathon Recovery, and the goal I believe was Gem has citrus burst or explosion or something. We'll see in the video. Anyways, please enjoy.
So hey Chad, I just went to chill room and we have this awesome food table over there, but nobody is eating the lemons.
Okay, Rosie.
Oh man.
Rosie will be back.
Can I eat a lemon?
Yes, you have to put the whole thing in.
You love lemon?
I will eat a lemon.
And I found someone that wants to eat it,
And I found someone that wants to eat it.
but I doubt she's gonna do it for free. So what's a good number?
Well, we could do
$1.99?
Yeah, we could do $1.99.
So Jackson, what do you say at $1.99 be the lemon?
Okay, but is Gem gonna take a big? Oh, we're having some fun. Is Gem gonna gonna like take a big bite out of it, just like go right straight through it?
Yeah, Shaq did
What?
that
Don't
last
do this
marathon.
again ever in your life.
He put
Okay.
orange juice in his mouth with the peel.
So here's the full lemon.
At-
We're gonna cut it and get rid of the seeds, and then we're good.
At 198, 750, Gem.
$1.99.
At 198, 750, Gem is gonna get citrus wild. Smash that add button. At 198, 750, Gem is gonna get citrus wild. Don't suck seeds. You take the seeds out. Oh my goodness.
Yo.
Wow. You got it.
Holy smokes, folks!
Wait, what's
Tampa,
108.92.
$108.92 red American cents.
What?
I guess you can, yes.
So, I was eating my Cinnabon, and I broke my fork.
Do it. What?
Yeah.
What's in the water and where you're from?
No. No. No, it's right there.
How goes the citrus?
It's great. I love it. This is a great way to wake up.
I love it.
I'm so happy.
I should come to the Midwest more often.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, I unlocked the sound. I'm done.
Oh God, Johnny
Thanks,
Cage not afraid to
Tampa.
die.
But it's never your last donation.
And there you go, a little snippet into the life of Gem, the citrus master. Citrus
It was-
/ Mixmaster. I'm sorry.
Citrus / Mixmaster. Perfect. There we go.
Yes. So
It was funny too because you asked me where that was this morning, like what game it was during.
yes.
And it was during your game, so
Yeah, no, I had no idea. I had no idea that happened because once again, this is an example of how many marathons have we done? Like 18 marathons of Zeldathon all running together. And if somebody's like, "Did you know Gem ate a lemon behind you?" I'd be like, "No, you were playing your game. Had no idea. Could not remember at all."
you looked at me and you asked me how that citrus was.
Yes, I did, but I didn't remember asking that. I probably have asked you a lot of things that I have no idea.
Probably.
I'm about to ask you something else right now, though. So this is a fun question. So, were there any moments during Zeldathon, when you were on the mixer, that were more entertaining for you than you think were for the rest of Stream Room?
Okay, so I would have this really annoyed face whenever Zach came on stream, because whenever he came on stream, he enjoys annoying me. This is a very known thing. And he would just like he would try to mess with the audio for the first eight hours that I was on Mixer. He was just like screaming, and he was just running around doing whatever he wanted, and I would just stare at him for long periods of time while he was on couch. And he and you could, like, if you look back at some clips of Ocarina of Time where he was on there, you can kind of see him shake his head, and she's giving me a dirty look.
and what people don't know, it's like that's a gem. That's the effect of Gem from Beyond right there.
Oh yeah.
And so Gem also, you also locked things down a lot, because one thing that we've had an issue in the past few Zeldathons, and this time it was better. It was very much better. But the problem of background noise, when there's something else happening in Stream Room that isn't on the cameras, and this time the biggest offender was the ball pit. People over by Challenge Cam in the ball pit talking, and they would raise their voice too high, and it could be heard on stream. And what I loved about you, Gem, is you took control. You didn't wait to find executive director, assistant director. Gem walks up just like this. She comes up and she's like, "It's time to keep it down, okay? You can be heard on stream, okay? Okay." And then you walk back and you put your dang headphones back on and you keep mixing. And you know what? That's very commendable, and I think the team earned a lot of respect for you then, because dang it, you're helping us make a quality product, which is what's important.
Listen, I don't have time to wait for someone to come up and be like, "Is everything okay?" Which MC would do every now and again, but yeah. I don't got the time for that.
Yeah,
I just need you to calm down.
Exactly, and that's what we need. We need that, like, we need that driving force. If you have these headphones on, you know what the stream is hearing. Your job is not only to make the sliders go up and down. Your job is to make sure you're getting a good audio experience for the stream. That's your job. And if that means going behind the curtain saying, "Hey," you know, that's good. And if they start to disrespect that's when you get Papa MC to come by. Poppy.
No.
Don't worry, Gem. I won't.
You already started it.
No, Papa John's doesn't deliver to my boyfriend's house. I discovered this and I was very upset. But
that is so rude of them.
But my new house gets Papa John's delivery. Life is good.
Boy.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Time to go to MC's house for some Papa John's.
Gotta get that Poppy.
You've started this.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done it. I'm sorry. Anyway,
oh gosh.
Let's go.
He isn't here though. It isn't worth it. No,
yes.
It's worth it.
We're gonna get back on track, and now I'm gonna ask you a very professional question. So thinking about Zeldathon Wild, I'm sure you're very excited for that. So other than being the Mixmaster, which I'm sure you'll jump back on for Mixer for Wild.
Of course.
And also you're gonna probably get back into music, which I'm sure you'll do. Is there anything else you're looking to like jump into this marathon?
I want to be on stream more, and I don't know if they know this, but Alex isn't gonna be the runner for Majora's Mask anymore, and me personally, I think it would be fun to maybe not run the game, but like just be a backup for somebody, or like if somebody needs to go get food because it's a long run, then just like do a dungeon or like half of a dungeon for them, you know?
Yeah, no, that's super commendable, and I think that there's a thing going on right now with Zeldathon that I'm hoping people start to latch onto, which is the idea of like splitting up their runs a little bit. Like I'm going. This is do as I say, not as I do, for me. The idea, like, okay, well, how do we want to do Twilight Princess now that, you know, Jamie lost the race, but he's still very good at Twilight Princess. You know, him and Marie are like pretty much equals in terms of that game. how do we want to do that? Do we want to like, is it give Jamie the game or is it give Maria the game? And it's kind of a thing where it's like, well, wouldn't it be cool if like, you know, Jamie or Maria did the first half and the other person did the second half?
Yeah.
And that would make it so much better, because then you're also not having a situation where somebody's doing, you know, the longest Zeldathon run, or like, you know, like a whatever, how long that run is, 8 hours, I don't remember, 10 hours.
I think it was like 9.5 or something.
9.5, yeah, like
something like that.
Like that's a long run, and the same thing could be done for like Majora, especially if we're doing an all-mask run. And everybody's talking about if you want to split up the Wind Waker. Here's the thing: do as I say, not as I do. Me and the Wind Waker, I am a speed runner. I have practiced and perfected my life. But anyways, I know Jamie also wants to go for Majora's Mask, and so does Thunder Scott. So, and I think Great Scott LP does. So soon, I just got to get some times from people, and if you want to submit a time, you know, as long as we have like the more people we have trained on games, the better, you know.
Oh yeah. And I was talking with Jamie about this because because like our whole plan was like I'll take one of the dungeons for him while he goes and gets a snack break or something, or a food break.
Right. I don't know. Now I'm starting to think about Majora's Mask. Would it be cool if for the 4 dungeons there was a different runner for 4 of the areas?
Oh no.
And they have to cosplay like their area. Oh my gosh! Somebody has to like, dress up as a Deku. Somebody like a big old Goron. Thunder Scott would make a great Goron. Do you agree with this statement?
I very much agree. I think he's the perfect Goron.
I'm just seeing Jamie as a Zora right now, because he would have that face he has, like his very neutral face, like he's not like really happy or really sad. He's just kind of like neutral, where he kind of has like a, but he's just a Zora, and he walks and he sits down like real casual Jamie. Oh. I'm sorry.
Me personally, I will definitely be a Deku cosplayer.
Oh yeah.
A Deku scrub cosplayer. I'll do it.
You got to enter the room like woo and like spinning.
I do that all the time, anyways. This is perfect. I just run around everywhere, so this works. Let's do it.
Yeah, well, that's an idea. So no promise to the audience, because I see a lot of audience members like, this is the greatest idea. Or it's like, we'll see. Anyways, let's get to some questions from the audience. The first one we have is from Hexor77, who asked me a question. What are the updates on my housing situation? Will that affect Zeldathon at all? So the news, if you don't read my Twitter, I have signed the lease for my new house in Virginia, aka Jupiter. So I'm super excited. It's very much more expensive than Pennsylvania. This is something I've discovered, and that kind of sucks, but it's okay. Life will be fine. I am moving on the 26th, and then I will be streaming Breath of the Wild on the 3rd. These are my current plans. I'm going to be really busy packing up the studio and stuff, so over the next couple Zeldathon shows, it will devolve. But how it's going to affect Zeldathon, don't worry. It's going to be held on Mars at least for summer and winter. And maybe beyond, if anything, we might go to Pittsburgh, aka Venus, for marathons. So
that would be great.
Yeah, no, Pittsburgh would be the good choice, because it's like a really nice central hub for people flying in. So, and I want to keep it on the East Coast. I don't want to make it really hard for the Canadians to travel down. So, anyways, next question. Let's see if I can get one here. From Legos Jedi. Mr. Gamer, another question for me. This one's for Gem. Gem, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Well, the world may never know.
A very insightful answer. I wish I was an owl. Anyways, that's. I don't know. Being an owl.
Talking about cool. Cosplay, you could cosplay as Kapora Gabora.
Oh no. I just got to tell everybody everything they already know, and then ask them if they want me to say it again, but say it really trickily, so they say yes. Do you not want me to not tell you what you already don't know? Yes. All right. Let's start from the very beginning. Anyways, this is Zeldathon Recovery, raising money for direct relief. I've gone back in time. Anyways, Paylord asks, not rushing. What is the status of the Cures giveaways? So we selected the first round of winners, and many of them responded, but we had a couple that didn't meet the 1 week timeline for them to respond. So we emailed the backup people, and some of them replied, and then we had only 2 left. The winners for Ocarina of Time's giveaway, and the grand prize after 2 rounds have not replied. And so I sent out the 3rd round only to Ocarina of Time and the grand prize winner to try to figure out those winners. Because you have a 1-week period where, you know, if you don't you don't respond to the email, you forfeit it. And nobody's responded to Ocarina of Time or the grand prize yet. So once those happen, we'll be sending them out, and I will be sending out prizes, even if I don't get those 2 settled before I leave. And people are saying I didn't win, but you can still technically win if these other two people don't respond. So there you go. Anyways, let's go to Laylite, who asks, Gem, favorite moment from Zeldathon? Favorite moment?
Favorite moment?
Yes.
Probably when I first discovered sheets.
Really?
Because, okay, well,
explain.
It's such a silly, like, it's such a ridiculous thing, but it's something I've never heard of, and, like, everyone's telling me, you have to go to sheets, and I'm like, what in the world is sheets? And everyone is just so shocked by that, like, but, like, when I went there, it was so magical, because I've never seen the touchscreen, like, ordering system in my life, because I live in, like Garbageville, North Dakota, you know? Everything is outdated here, not, like, I've never seen touchscreen ordering systems, other than, like, a couple of times in Applebee's, but we never use them, because we always have servers asking us, how you guys doing, you know?
I mean, okay, so real talk. The best thing about Applebee's is the one Applebee's that do have like the pay things right at there, like, because I absolutely hate if I'm going to a restaurant, I eat my food, I finish with my food. You know what I want to do? I want to leave. I would like to pay. I don't want to wait for the. Do you want any boxes? No, we're all good. And then they walk away. It's like, no, I want their seat. And then they come back and they're like, anything for dessert? No, but I like my check. Okay, I'll go get it. And then they take a long time for that, and they come back, they give it to you, and then you are ready with your card. Like you're ready. This is not a credit card. This is a Pokemon card. And you're like ready to slip it in, and you're like you grab the thing and you go, but they are already walking away, even though you're wanting to just give it to them, and they have to wait for them to come back and take it, and then they come back and you have to sign the thing, and then you leave. And it's horrible. Why can't, when you just finish your food, why can't there be a little thing like they do at Applebee's where you just go and you're paid and you're out of there? It's the best, right?
This might tie into like me just jumping in and telling people to be quiet behind stream. But I always like go hunt down the server and I'm like, can I get my check, please?
Oh, you I mean, hey.
I'm that person. I'm the worst. Like,
you know what? So some people would say that's a rude thing to do to find the server. But dang it, like if you have like a life and to live, you don't want to sit there. Like Snarfy has a new thing, Snarfy Bobo, and where he just he does the parent thing as a joke where he's like, so what do you think? You want to sit here and digest for a bit? And I'm like, no, I don't want to digest for a bit. I want to leave. And he smiles and he's like, okay, let's go.
Oh my gosh. But no, if I'm somewhere and I'm with friends, like not with family, but I will just go find the server if they haven't come up to me within like the past 5 minutes. So
yeah, no, I give you respect for that. Anyways, we got right off the thing. Your favorite moment from Zeldathon was discovering sheets because everybody had to initiate you into the cult of made-to-order food at a gas station.
Oh yes.
So I'm going to be very careful with this question. I'm going to give a very fair warning. No spoilers in the chat. I don't care if it's been a developer interview. I don't care if it's any information released after the trailer that with the Nintendo Switch presentation is off limits, chat. Mods, prepare to ban. Infinite bans. Not 10-minute bans. They're gone for life if they violate this, all right? Now the question is, from Mr. Lizard Wizard, what's your favorite thing about Breath of the Wild so far that we know? So, Gem, do you want to answer that carefully?
I don't know how to answer that. I'm skipping.
I'm sorry, I've intimidated you.
I'm scared. I don't want to get banned.
I guess, I don't know, my favorite thing is just the... honestly, so I really like the open world. I like the cool the shrines. They're all really neat. But the thing that has hit me more than any other Zelda game in a long time, like more than Skyward Sword, Twilight Princess even, is the music that they've been presenting in that like the trailers has been so freaking good.
You know what? I have to agree. That's been one of the best parts, is that the music is flawless. Like, it's absolutely amazing.
Because they started out with, the Open Your Eyes trailer, and it featured the main theme, which we now know, the da-do-da-do-do, and that's really a cool theme. And like, when you think of Zelda, and I ranted about this before, every game has like their main theme, like Wind Waker, like the Great Sea, da 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 da, or the da da da. Oh my gosh, you know, like the Medley and Macker songs, the title theme. And then Twilight Princess, you had the da 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 da, and that's really cool too. And then Skyward Sword, you had Battle of the Goddess, and it's like all these like really cool main themes that they interject within all the songs. And then we know the new one's going to be the I've already forgotten. I've sung too many main themes. Da do 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 do. Yeah, that thing. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. And then they did the Life in the Ruins trailer, which featured completely different music. And I was like, okay, well, this is cool. It's really epic. And then for the Nintendo Switch presentation trailer, it was like they brought back in that main theme, but for like the first time they transitioned it into the main Zelda theme, and it was epic and it was cool, and they showed off characters and towns, and it was like, oh my gosh, this has just gone from being like a cool Zelda atmospheric world that we can explore to this is a Zelda title, That's, I don't know, that's what did it for me. I'm gonna stop screaming at my microphone and at Gem.
No, you know Breath of the Wild a lot more than I do, so don't worry about it.
It's funny because I'm trying to not know anything about it. I have shut myself off from everything. The extent I have done to prevent spoilers is insane. Anyways, let's talk about something not Breath of the Wild. Just Conix asks, can Copper Laugh or Andy Scream be a donation sound at Wild? Andy Scream is already in. Copper Laugh is pretty scary. Honestly, I don't know.
As long as I'm not on soundboard, I'm down for anything.
I mean, that type of thing we always set high though, so so that way it's not spammed nonstop. Laylite asks, what part of Zeldathon surprised you? Surprised you? I guess like talking about like from a coming into the marathon after watching a few standpoint.
It's drastically different watching versus being there, but not how you think it would be. Like, it's just the whole atmosphere of it comes into real life, and you're an actual person. You're really there.
Mm-hmm.
And when that sank in for me, it sank in when the first time I went, I was on the train, and TB was texting me, like, oh, by the way, we're going to be on the same train on the way to Zeldathon from Chicago. And I'm like, what?
Right.
Because I had no idea. And then I met TB, and I met Shaco, and I met Pop-Tart, all for the first time. And they were real people, and it was so weird. Yeah,
I mean, I guess like if you didn't like talk to them before, like as like really good friends or anything,
no,
it must have been strange because like all of a sudden you're just on a train. It's like, that's Chaco. He plays Skyward Sword.
Like, yeah, because these are all internet personalities to me, and then they're real people all of a sudden.
I mean, to me, I guess the thing that's like you're talking about how Zelda kind of becomes real life is I have moments sometimes like during Zeldathon where like I'm like in my hotel room and I'm like on my phone watching the marathon, and I'll watch it like on the TV or on my phone, and it's really cool because if I want to and I see something, what people can't do at home is they can't get out of their bed and walk like a little ways and be at the marathon, and like if you run really fast you can get there like within like a minute of what you just saw happen on the screen, which is crazy to me. And I don't know, it becomes really real for me, I think, when during setup day, I think the moment during setup day that Zeldathon becomes Zeldathon, and it's really a weird thing, is when we turn the default hotel lights off and we turn on the studio lights.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Oh yeah.
Those studio lights are bright, and they really they make the room glow like Zeldathon, which is weird, you know.
Because for Cures, I wasn't here for setup day because flights, like ice everywhere, you know, all the fun. But I was here for setup day during recovery, and it was so different to see all the lights go on and then all of the hotel lights get turned off.
Yeah.
That was a really real moment.
And it always sucks too, because then when you know the marathon's over, because we have to disconnect all the studio lights, and we turn the yellow lights on inside the hotel room, and it goes instantly from being Zeldathon to just a big hotel ballroom, you know.
Yeah, I mean kind of, because we still have all of our gear and everything in the ballroom.
There's still confetti in places. Oh, I love. So what people may not know is back at the Moon Hotel, we left presents for the future generations. We took confetti and we put it in the the drop ceiling in chill room.
I was never at Moon Hotel, so
yeah, you don't know this, but for everybody at home, we and also when we blast the confetti blasters for the Great Fairy inside Marathon Room, confetti went up into the light fixture and we couldn't get it out, so we just left it there. And that happened during Relief, and it was still there during Deluxe 6 months later. And we're great. And I think if we went back there now after Zeldathon Hope, Recovery, Classic, and Cures, it would still be there. And so I want to go back to the Moon one day just for that, so we can have Zeldathon Zeldathon archaeology time. Anyways, let's get back on there. Tylenos asks, we know that almost all the Zeldathon we know that almost all the footage for the first 4 Zeldathons is gone. But what about the marathon intros? Do any of these still exist, buried away on an old computer somewhere? They exist. Some of them. The Marathon 3 and 4 did not have intros. Marathon 1 did not either, to my knowledge. Marathon 2 didn't have an intro. Marathon 3 did, and I have it on my computer. So when it gets time for archival of Marathon 3, we will probably re-release that intro for archival purposes, but not until then. So the answer is yes-ish. Anyways, let's go on to Hexor's question. Hexor says, I'm currently studying film in college, and I'd love to do a documentary on Zeldathon. Would you be interested in collaborating to do that? I can talk to you later to talk about more. And I don't know. So I think we've played with the idea of a Zeldathon documentary in ways, haven't we, Gem?
Have we?
Well, okay, so
again, everything's a blur, so.
Do you want to talk about the confessional cam? Do you know about that?
I do. I never went onto the confession cam, but...
Explain it for the people.
So it was just a camera that we had set up where you could go sit down and talk to it. And, make it sort of I think you wanted it to be a little over-dramatized.
Yes.
But, yeah, it was basically a little session about Zeldathon.
Yeah, you would
and your experiences and...
Yeah, you'd go and sit in the camera and talk to the camera about, what's going on and, who you are and what you're feeling. And then I have a bunch of that footage, and it's all really there's a lot of really funny stuff on it, and we're just gonna I think we're just gonna combine it. And people will say I didn't want to be heard by Couch, so I think we're gonna have professional cam be improved next time. One thing we actually talked about, it was Campy's idea actually, was to have game runners after their games, before their game and after the game, make sure game runners go and talk to confessional cam. And
yeah,
I think
that would be
good.
Very good.
Yeah, because if we add a little bit of structure to it, I think it'll be good. But yeah, put it into a private area. So I can't just talk to a camera. Oh, you can. It's very easy. That's why I put questions on the piece of paper for you, like blah blah blah. guess blah 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 blah. It's simple. Anyways,
I'm just gonna do that if you have that again for next marathon. I'm just gonna go blah 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 blah.
Good. I know. I like it. That would be fun. But Hexor, to answer your question about the idea of a Zeldathon documentary, we want to do something like that. Send me a portfolio is the answer. I've actually been considering hiring a professional documentary company to do it and having some sort of Kickstarter to like really make it really well done, because I think Zeldathon is something very magical and it's something that I could never do while running Zeldathon, and I think a third party to like actually facilitate that would be amazing. So we'll see. Anyways, Bagbot says, MC Gem, what are your stream plans? I guess Gem first. Any stream plans?
Not right now, because my computer is actually the lowest common denominator and has so many problems that some of the USB ports went out, and so I don't have a keyboard right now because I had to plug in my webcam.
Yeah,
so maybe in the future, not for a while.
And you know what you should do? You should do some viola streams.
I should do some viola streams. I should do some makeup streams because people seem to be interested in that. I'm interested in that.
Well, no. Here's what you do both. You go from a makeup stream into viola. Like we gotta look good to play the viola. Let's do this, and go for it.
I think I would play viola then do my makeup.
So you don't get makeup on the viola?
Yeah. So I don't get makeup on my chin rest and my shoulder rest.
Yeah.
No thanks. Because those are both black. No thanks.
So, and as for me, stream plans, I don't know what I'm going to be doing this month. I honestly don't know. I might be doing some more beta quest races like with Campy. I think he's going to be coming and visit me sometime soon. So we might do that. But my first priority right now is packing. I'll say that the Zeldathon show will be every Wednesday. And on the 18th... will be a very special stream that I don't want to talk about quite yet. But I'll keep that secret. And then March 3rd, I will be streaming. Don't you worry. Anonymous asks, Gem, what is objectively the best donation sound?
The best donation sound, you're asking me.
Yes.
It is Brother Manville.
Yo, I'm so happy! You like Brother... Dude.
Me and Smoople have this entire bonding moment over Brother Manville. So, like, objectively, best. Absolutely.
Very good. No. Like I'm glad you like that one. Let's see. Tylenos asks, Gem, during the grand finale, there was a special little moment where Jax gave us a totally lovely and totally not line-crossing speech. When he was done, the camera panned over to show the crowd cheering, except for a certain Gem who had her hands over her mouth. Your thoughts?
Do I have another skip?
What was it? Just one of those moments that you realized that this is Zeldathon and this is the way that things are?
I think I forgot what Jackson was like for a moment.
Sometimes I have that moment too. So like Jackson, he can be an absolute sweetheart and a very chill, relaxing person when he's playing Legacy of Goku 2 in Showroom, just on his computer, having a fun time. You can talk to him really casually. He talks under his breath. It's really cool. It's really nice. And then he gets up there and he just goes full, wrestling quote on us, and it's amazing. Anyways, our next question here is from Sheikah Zell. Says, after going to Sheets for a while now, do any of the employees recognize you? I have two mini stories. I'll start with the easy one. The one that's easy is there's this lady at the one Sheets in my area who is extremely nice, and she reminds me of Mojo, like in how she talks, in how her hair is done. She has glasses kind of like Mojo, and she smiles like Mojo. She's not Mojo, but she reminds me a lot of Mojo, and she's also really nice to me, which reminds me of Mojo. And so it's really cool. There's also another employee who recognized me, like, he didn't recognize me. He saw I wore a Twitch hoodie, and he did the thing that you do sometimes with people who have Twitch hoodies. You say, how'd you get that? Uh-oh. And I explained myself, and I gave him my Twitch URL, and so he knows I stream. And one time I went in with my gray Twitch hoodie, and he was like, I didn't recognize you not wearing the purple. And I'm like, okay. And I'm a super uncomfortable person IRL. Like if I'm at conventions, I'm ready to talk to people. When I go to Sheets, I'm like, I just want my milkshake. And so the answer is yes. Anyways, the next question comes from Junie. MC, this talk about confessional camera reminds me of Survivor. Is Zeldathon Survivor ever coming back? Kind of. And that's what I'll leave it. I have ideas to bring it back in some form.
I think before I remember you talking about if somebody else did it, like if you didn't do it.
Yeah, no, if somebody ran Zeldathon Survivor and like proved to me they could run it well, like they gave me like a document showing their organization and their preparedness and their knowledge of the game of Survivor, like the biggest game, you know, I would consider it. But anyways. Ava, a last question says, do you ever worry about not being able to unlock all the games in time?
I
guess kind of that happens. Like Jem, what are your thoughts? Like, I don't know. Like, I want to hear from like a team member. Like, what do you like? So when MC comes out and says $300,000 goal, what were your thoughts?
I had thoughts, and then chat started spamming Gemsmrt, more like Gemfart.
Yes.
Thank you.
This is why we don't put chat on screen, because they're irresponsible.
If it comes from you, I never worry.
Yeah.
But also, there was the moment when Scott Coppin donated. What was it? $100,000?
$100,000. Yes.
Like not even a day into the marathon.
So I mean, even so, let's talk about the $100,000 donation. So the $100,000 came in, and the problem with it, there's no problem with it. $100,000 is great, but the issue with it is that we don't have like the idea of the adventure system is to challenge donors to keep donating more. And so we got that boost. So it's like, all right, well, guess what, chat? You just got like 2 days of Zeldathon free. Congratulations, you know. But eventually you're going to have to start donating again, you know. You can't just chill forever, you know. You don't have to jump back on into it. And what's fun is they had to, once we were starting to get back to like close to adventure system times, the answer is yes. We get scared that we might not unlock games, and everybody always finds a way to make sure that we don't have to be worried. I guess my challenge is, how far do I push the adventure system before we don't? Because like, I thought going from $200,000 to $300,000 was insane and stupid, and I was scared we might not reach it. Legit, I thought that it was going to be a challenge that we were going to have to really push for.
And what did we reach this time? Like 360 something or something like that?
375.
375.
So it's like, do we shoot for $500,000? No, it's insane. But $300,000 is insane. We almost hit 400K. Like, how do I, a mere mortal, determine how this is going to go? So like when people say, MC, you're crazy, I know I'm crazy because I have no clue. I have no better frame of reference than anybody out there. So if anything, I think for Wild, it's going to be a $300,000 goal, just because I want to see what we can do a repeat time. Like, that's what we kind of did for Hope into Recovery. We said it again. So, yeah, we run stats, Panther, to answer questions. Anyways, that's all the questions we have. Oh, that was fun though. Gem, I wanted to thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. This was so much fun. I'm still really sweaty, but.
And if anybody wants to follow you, you are just at Gemsmrt on Twitter.
At Gemsmrt, GEMSMRT.
Gem, suck my right toe.
Yes.
That's what it stands for, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Anyways,
absolutely.
everybody in chat, go ahead and say goodbye to Gem. We're gonna this is where we leave Gem. Goodbye, and thanks for being on the show.
Love you. Bye.
Bye-bye. And there goes Gem, and now it's just you and me, chat. Now is where we got to get serious. So I have a few more things to say, but before we get to that, we do have a video premiere tonight. It's about a 9-minute video, so get comfy, and please enjoy this highlight from Zeldathon Cures of Zelda Experts Trivia.
Hello, friends. I am the Epic Brigadier, and with me I have Captain Trina, the Knight of Hylia, and the man himself, SuperMCGamer. Welcome to Zelda Expert Trivia. So, this is a trivia game show. It's gonna be super fun. What we need from you are questions and answers sent with a donation for us to ask these esteemed Zelda trivia experts. Now they have to be lore related. Lore related, correct.
Lore related.
I need your phones. Trina doesn't have a phone. She doesn't have pockets.
I don't have pockets, and if I did, my phone is a dumb phone and doesn't know what the internet is.
So we're going to sequester the experts so they can't find out the questions or answers.
Hi.
Hello, and welcome back to Zelda Expert Trivia with your host, 8-Bit Brigadier. And your contestants, the lovely Captain Trina, Knight of Hylia, and the one and only SuperMCGamer. All right.
Super Minecraft.
Super Minecraft Gamer.
I would like to file for her ejection from this sacred game.
I deny the ejection. Overruled.
All right. So all of these questions were submitted by the Zeldathon viewers, mostly to Skippy. However, there are some exceptions.
Wait, to Skippy, I thought you were done donating like 4 hours ago during my run.
No one has ever done donating.
True.
First roll of Zeldathon. All right, so our first question comes from Skippy.
Oh no.
Who sent the last remnants of humanity into the sky? MC.
Who is the goddess Hylia? Oh gosh, I'm still doing Jeopardy.
Wait,
MC is correct. That is 1 point to MC. All right. This next question comes from Frosty.
Oh no!
This is a multiple choice question, so I need you to wait for me to list off the possibilities.
No, we don't have to.
You don't have to?
That
Okay.
should be both style.
Who is the Princess Zelda? 1, the princess. 2, the villain. 3, the guy in green. Or 4,
The princess. I don't care about the other.
What was the fourth option?
This character doesn't exist.
The first Google result was that question.
What?
In Twilight Princess, which sage is killed by Ganondorf?
Sage
Trina.
of water.
Correct!
You only know that because of
Trina.
me.
I only know that because of the millionaire questions.
Alright. Who built the Temple of Time?
Raru.
Correct!
I am not pressing fast enough.
Did you press that when you heard the word built?
Kinda.
Yes. In which game was Link officially given his name? MC.
A Link to the Past?
No!
The Adventure of Link?
No!
I mean, I should probably say something. There's
Oh,
no
hold on.
penalty for guessing. Triforce Heroes.
No!
I didn't think so.
What is this?
The answer that I was given was Zelda 2.
The
That's the
Adventure of
Adventure of
Link.
Link.
Oh!
That is the same thing.
That's my bad then. Knight wins. I'm an idiot. Your host is bad at this. From the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, what are the names of the composer brothers?
Sharp and flat.
Correct.
Hold on, is there like a...
Is yours
there like
working?
No, it is. Hold on, while I figure out how far down I can push without hitting it off.
Oh! Oh!
Trina's trying to figure out the strats over here.
And now we're all doing it.
The strats is like, how far? How much can I get away with before I'm setting it off?
Let's go.
The Song of Passing appears in which Legend of Zelda title, Trina?
Waker.
Correct!
Hey! Ow!
While this mask helps you to run fast as the wind, Trina.
Bunny hood.
Yes. That was like a paragraph of a question.
Well, that's actually how trivia bowl style questions are worded. They start like as hard as they can. They get easier. Well, I guess it's not that, but.
The Legend of Zelda's theme backwards in
Ballad of the Goddess.
That's yes. That's yes.
Was Skyward Sword the actual answer?
Yes, but like that's like the correct answer.
The song's the correct song.
Yes.
Not only this is still another highly question for me.
Oh, this is another multiple choice.
Was this by Frosty?
Frosty, did you?
No, this is from Dude Man Jones.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
In A Link to the Past, where does Link obtain the Ether Medallion?
Ooh.
MC.
Atop the mountain.
What mountain?
Death Mountain?
Near what?
Tower of Hera?
Yes!
I really messed up on that.
MC is screaming. Ah! In which game was the beetle item introduced? MC.
Skyward Sword?
Correct.
I heard Beetle and I thought the guy.
That's what I was thinking.
I know, I thought Beetle.
Whenever I read it, I
Like
thought the
Beetle
same
or
thing.
Beetle or Beetle?
Beetle or beetle?
Beetle.
In Hyrule Warriors, what character caused the collision of different... MC.
Sia.
You're cheating.
I thought you said you were gonna win this.
I'm awakened.
Oh no.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Skippy outdid himself on this one.
No.
Down A, right down, right down. Can you name this song?
That's Blair of Fire.
Yes! Why are you like this? Alright. Oh gosh. Which song sounds like Concerto for Philodendron and Pothos by Mort Garson?
Tilda Symphonia.
No.
Dawn of the New World Tells him Symphonia sequel.
No.
Can you repeat the question?
I have no idea what this
This is
is.
not a lore question.
Which song sounds like Concerto for Philodendron? Philodendron? Philodendron and Pothos?
What's the answer?
By Mort Garson. Zelda's Lullaby. Yes. Trina was saying it, so.
I was
gonna pull the song up.
I was just trying to think what sounded like nice classical music. I don't know what the
Well,
word
you
is.
got it.
Yay!
Alright.
Did we win?
Hopefully. What is the title of King Dodongo? Or what?
Infernal Dinosaur.
Yes.
I always read the text out loud when I stream, so it's like, Infernal Dinosaur, King Dodongo!
That was one of my favorite things about
The subtext.
Yes.
That's how I missed that in the window. Continue.
This is the best thing. What is the full name of the King of Hyrule?
King Daphne's No Handsome Hyrule. I'm guessing it's from the Wind Waker,
Yeah, which-
but there's also King
Yes.
Daltus and...
Is
Is there more to this question? Should I stop?
you picked the correct one.
Was there a list?
No.
Okay.
Is Gustav the one you're thinking of?
Gustav, yes, Gustav.
And
All right.
then there's Hurricane.
We are down to our last 3 questions.
Oh no.
What was the name of the boss in the Tower of Gods?
Go down.
Correct.
As voiced
Go,
by-
Dan.
as-
Go, Dan.
As voiced
Go,
by
Dan.
Great Scott Elfie.
What is the title of Mazal?
I think I know which one it is.
Fire and Ice? I don't know.
No.
Monster.
Ancient Construct?
No.
I got none.
The answer is Machine of Winds.
Oh.
I was thinking of the Fire and Ice thing.
No, yeah, Mazal's the Wind Fortress from Minish Cap.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I knew that was the boss. I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't pay attention.
All
to
right.
Minish Cap
This is
titles.
the last question. Last question of Zelda Experts Trivia. Are we ready?
No. Go ahead.
How many, this is about Twilight Princess. Not foreshadowing, letting you know. How many dark nuts appear in the final room of Cave of Ordeals?
3.
Correct!
Unless... Wait, is it first or second run?
Unless it's second run, because then it's 4.
Because I fought them and
There's
killed
no
them.
specification, and the answer they gave was 3.
Whatever.
And after some very careful consideration, and by careful consideration, I mean look at this scoreboard.
What's the scoreboard?
Mr. MC Gamer has won. Mr. McGamer, congratulations. Is there? I
I'm not sure if Constitution's better at lore, so much is better at pushing buttons.
Mr. Papilio.
Yeah.
Uncle Papilio! Papilio!
Victory.
Into the Buffett!
No.
Thank you everybody for watching Zelda Experts Trivia. Big claps to our winner and our contestants.
Get off a challenge can. And there you go, a nice little video for you all. Just about one of the fun moments that happened, of course, at Zeldathon Cures. And there's a lot more of those videos coming. So people were wondering about my strat during that. My strat was, here's something that I would know. Like, so who built the Temple of Time is going to be the answer. Like, there's no other like really building in the Legend of Zelda series. So like Rauru is like the answer. So I don't know. I mean, it's just about being really quick on reaction time and like knowing the rest of the question just through your own mind. I don't know. Anyways, I hope you all enjoyed. That video is now up on YouTube for you all to watch on your own time. We hope to bring back Zelda's Expert Trivia next time, even better. Anyways, my friends, I want to quickly say thank you to Big Ron Horde, Knight Sura, Tank Shield, Dark Decay, Jiggy, Baba Kilu. Let's see here. We also had Butson, Catherine as well. Thank you, Catherine. These are all the people who resubbed, or actually we had one new sub. That was Tank, apparently been subscribed before. And also those who gave me some bits as well today. Very much appreciated. I wanted to thank you last week while I was doing the stream, but I didn't actually get a chance to at the end of the show. I forgot about it. But I just want to say thank you for the subs. I know we don't have the alerts during the show. That's so we can focus on the interview. So please understand, but I'm still very, 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 very appreciative. Anyways, my friends, we'll get back to some more Zeldathon stuff next week. Zeldathon show will be happening on Wednesday again next week as well. Thank you all for watching. I should be streaming sometime in the next couple days, I hope. I do have to get into packing here sometime soon, but while not packing, I will try to make some time for a stream as well. So thank you all very much for watching and just being here and being good people overall. But that's it for me. Thank you all for watching. And as always, there'll be no more viewing tonight. Bye, folks.
There will be no more viewing tonight.